Greetings, kindreds. Grab a cup of tea or something else delicious, and let's decorate the first couple of pages here of my diary together. True pages. My last video I did the inside cover and setup. So you see that little pink card there? That is actually packaging, and I've been talking about for a while how I love to use packaging. This one, some sticker flakes came in, but look how lovely it is with the little fairy on it and flower. Although I think the flower gets cut off here, I will still repurpose it for something else. So I'm taking my X-Acto knife. I'm kind of a messy crafter, so bear with me. If you're looking for a technique, this is not your video. If you're looking for, just someone rambling and sharing her art and little things she loves, welcome. I'm Megan. If you're new here, my channel, Megan's Diary, is about it's kind of a little diary of my life, right? So it's my literal diaries or journals. I use those words interchangeable, but there's something kind of romantic about the word diary to me. That's why it was my preferred one. And so I also am, I would say, aside from journaling or diary keeping, I absolutely adore pen paling. So I've been writing letters since I can remember, really, since I was maybe second grade or so. And so that's what this channel is, really. And it may be some book reviews and some other things, but really just things that make my artsy-fartsy little heart happy. And so here you can see I'm just going around the edges of that little fairy angel. I really love angels and fairies and dragonflies and butterflies and winged creatures in general, especially ones that have like a little bit of mysticism. I love cottagecore, fairycore, that whole vibe. And I'm trying to embrace that in these kind of late summer days before we get into autumn and Halloween season. And it's funny, I've been saying I've been so ready for that season to come. And now that it is, I feel like I'm starting to pull out all my spring summer things. So we will get that in for a while. Actually, where I live, we get late summer. So it's just now in August, starting to warm up. It's just the very beginning of August when I'm filming this. So we get October is kind of that late summer as well. Here I am trying to measure, you can see where to put this down because I'm going to cut a hole in that window. And I didn't do it for this spread, but I'll do it maybe for some Penpal mail in the future. I often will keep packaging too, just clear wrap and put that in the window so it's a true window. But for this video, I don't know, it escaped my mind. So yeah, and my little cutting board is so teeny tiny, I had to move it down. And this is by no means a perfect cut, and you'll see my pages get a little wrinkly crinkly, but I don't mind. There's something, I don't know, it feels more organic about it not being perfect. Here's some more packaging. I have been really obsessed with these little circle things, and so that's the packaging of it. And I thought that this color, I love sagey colors, would kind of help those mermaids pop. And I wanted a very pink page and then the next one to be a very green page. So you can see I'm doing these pages together to get the flow right. And I'll be going back and forth and back and forth. But yeah, I've said before, I'm not a true junk journaler. Some ladies, wow, they can take all sorts of trash, like make a journal out of cereal boxes and stuff. And I'm awestruck by it. It's just not maybe my personal favorite aesthetic. And I apologize. In this video, I'm going to hit the camera several times. Here I'm pulling out all my little fairy bits. And this washi tape actually kind of like looks like newspaper or a little bit like postage marking. I think it might have Paris in there. I do like that carte postal kind of look there. So I wanted to incorporate that and get some more color onto this page. I love layering things and adding a little bit of life. And I have been so obsessed with this washi tape. Oh my goodness. Or is it pet tape? I'm not sure. The one that has the backing. But this lace is everything to me. So I love lace, and a lot of my shirts will have like little bits of lace on them, even if it's just a t-shirt. I love that little detail. So I think it's very, very Megan to me, if you will. And I'm just trying to smooth it down with this little boning here. And so the pink, even though I'm sitting in front of a window when I'm filming this, so you're getting brighter light, but that pink kind of helps that lace pop out a little bit. And oh, I adore it, you know. And we're going to add just a little bit more pink in here, right? I love these little itty bitty washies. They're so fun to play with and just add spark to. I keep a little binder of my mail, like incoming and outgoing mail, and I do like a little monthly spread in that, and it's nothing worth showing, but I do use these little washies just to outline it for myself, because you know, not everything is for the camera, and I could show you, but it's so personal, I'd have to cover everything, it wouldn't be worth it. But I'm interested, if you pen pal, how do you keep track of your letters? Like, what is your system? I love seeing people's organization and systems. Have you watched the cleaning videos where people will vacuum and things like that? It sounds so silly, but I have watched it and I'm like, I've got to go clean something. Or there's a guy, his name's escaping me, but he can clean anything. And I will watch him and I'll start purging. I do have a lot of crafty things, but in many ways, I think I'm the opposite of a hoarder. I don't like hanging on to things. And here I am going to add a little verbiage and play around with where I want that. I love these cute little sentences and sayings. We'll just make this nice and tidy. She's getting there. I love the little peekaboo window. I just think it's so fun. I'm looking for some pink in my scrap bin. So I do keep a little basket with scraps of paper and things. And here's some paper from my Edwardian Lady extra copy. So I love that. I love old paper. I love music sheets, things like that. I actually need to pick up some more, maybe at a thrift shop, because I think it just gives it a little bit of old world, you know, feel. So some things I will buy like that. And I'm going to be honest, I've bought a lot of stationery and stuff lately. So I am going to try and use up my stash, and gift things that I'm not crazy about. Someone commented on my last video. Whoops, sorry, I keep hitting the little arm my camera is sitting on. Someone commented that she really loves journal collection videos. And so I'd love to do that, show you my old journals that I have, and take you through them individually as well. And here you can see I'm just like, where can I tie in a little bit more pink to make this more coherent on the spread? And then blank journal collection. So I've got a lot of blank journals, and I'll be honest, most of them I have not purchased myself, because, you know, what do you give someone who loves journaling? You give them a journal, right? And so I think what I'm going to do, I probably won't have that video till the end of the month, because some of my blank journals are actually at my mom's house. I need to go retrieve those. And there are some that, like, I just don't think I'll ever use. I like them for different reasons. Like, I've got one with unicorns on it. It is so cute. It's just, I'm a little old lady at heart now. And even though I love whimsical things like my fairies and whatnot, I feel like I need, okay, so that little window, I need something in there, right? Speaking of fairies, let's add a fairy in there. But yeah, I feel like I need to let some things go. Speaking of not being a hoarder. So I may do like a little giveaway and give a journal away. If I have more than I think, I may put some up for sale. Just yeah, we will see. But I have collected things. I know there's one or two I bought years ago at TJ Maxx that I just never reach for them. And then I've got a couple more recent ones that I cannot wait to get into. I cannot decide for the life of me. You can see here my process, which fairy would stick out. So when I was making this spread, I was thinking about the mermaids, right? Like this. But I wasn't thinking about the other side. And I want the window to be a true window either way you flip it. And so it looks like I'm going to go ahead and go with this little stamp fairy here. And I've just got to line it up so that, I want it to be a treat on both sides. Maybe a little higher. I just filmed this yesterday, and so I'm like, what did I do? Yeah. I could tell. It's funny how, you're on mine, like, oh, I would put this here when you're looking back at things. Speaking of looking back, I have been trying to put the my former journals that I do have with me in order. And I'm curious, when you look back at old journals, what kind of that would be a good journaling prompt, actually, is how you feel when you do that. I don't look back at journals that often. For somebody that's got a whole library of them, there's something interesting about journaling, right? Because we are memory keepers, those of us who keep diaries and journals. And there's a saying like to journal is to live in the past, but I think it's more of like to document the past. And there were some definitely rough roads that I journaled my little heart out through. And then there's a lot of my journaling that just like I look back and I'm thinking, what were you talking about? What okay, because it is brain dumping for me. And a lot of my journaling is not, today I went to the market and my coworker made me mad, or I will do some of that, but it's very choppy and coherent, and just straight up a brain dump. And I'm getting all my little oceany colors in on this theme with my mermaid friends. So that's another thing, is like, people will often ask, aren't you scared to leave your journals out? And I'm going to be frank with you. There's anyone who could potentially pick up my journal that has access to my home wouldn't read it. I could leave it out. Oh, I'm dancing there. Sorry. I could leave my books out and with like my husband's name, and he wouldn't look at it, or So I'm very, very fortunate, I guess, in that way. And like if he did, maybe it wouldn't quite make sense anyway. So yeah, I'm curious, do you look back at your old journals? Do you reread them? I did look back. Every now and then I will look, because I'll think, wait a minute, when I moved from LA, was it around this time? Or, years start playing tricks on you as you get older. And so in that way, sometimes, I'm so sorry for the little earthquake there. In that way, sometimes it is kind of neat to look back at. But I will start, because, like I said, when I retrieve the rest of them, I think I'm going to do flip throughs, and call it like, Megan's Diary Library or something. So you can see my history, because like I said, I did private so many videos. And there's just too much information out there, and people that, pictures and things that don't want to be included. And I feel like I want to be really respectful of that. Boop. Okay. Here I am playing with more of these little sticker flakes. So again, my journaling friends, if you have software or know of software that is good for blurring images, please let me know either in the comments, or you can send me a message on Instagram. Someone also asked about my pen paling. I am very full up with pen pals right now. I am much more quality over quantity. I almost said that backwards. And I don't have a P.O. box or anything right now, perhaps in the future. And I do love sending happy mail, so I would like to send out some mail, maybe to viewers, to those of you who support me and are my friends from afar. I forgot I had these beautiful little frames, a little too late, but yeah, I'll definitely use them in future mail here. These little cups actually were my great aunts, and I just think they're so precious, and so I love adding my little flakes. I've got 2 pinks, a yellow, and a blue, and they sit on my desk, and they just kind of give me a little bit of color, a little hello to her as well. I think she would get a kick out of using them. Me using them. She had lovely little things on her dresser. I used to sneak into her room and look at, the little ladies on her. She had little porcelain ladies and whatnot on her dresser. Okay, so here are my pages. Here's my little pink one, and we will flip our little peekaboo window here. Unwet, another fairy, and a mermaid. All the vibes. Thanks so much for watching. Lots of love. We'll see you soon.